Greetings, YouTube. I was having a discussion with someone at work recently, someone that I happen to have a great deal of fondness for. I happen to like them a great deal. I actually, the kind of person that I will have social contacts with outside of work. I just lent them my dolly yesterday because they need to move something. I have a really nice dolly. And we were discussing low expectations. And their definition of low expectations is different than my definition of low expectations. When they say they have low expectations, they essentially mean that they do not expect the person that they are dealing with to know anything. That they don't expect that this person to have a grasp of any aspect of their job. None. And thought about that for about 30 seconds, and I realized, well, I guess that means that they have low expectations, that I have no grasp of my job. I haven't brought that up. But my definition of low expectations is significantly different. Because I personally feel I do have a work ethic. Now, I realize that part of my work ethic is part of my brain architecture. I am autistic. I have some very rigid behavioral patterns. I also suffer from ADHD, which is why there's a mess in my room. I would like it not to exist, but getting rid of it is hard in a way that I think a lot of people can't grasp. If you don't suffer from this kind of an issue, you don't know what the weight of an object has, both physical and mental. So I know that part of my work ethic is literally wired into my brain when it comes to the structured way I see the world. But for me, the bare minimum, the rock bottom, the lowest expectation I have is that you do every part of your job correctly. I don't expect anyone to go above and beyond. I'm not doing the whole bullshit of, we expect 110%. No, I don't expect that. I expect, I personally think I'm asking you to achieve like 80 or 90% of your job. You never actually have to get to 100%, because I don't, when it comes to actually what production numbers you make, I don't care. What I do care about is that you're creating an environment that the next person that steps into that station has been set up for success. So you have not put any hindrances in their path to their ability to do their job. So when they walk up to their station, they are going to have a turnkey experience. Everything that they need will be present. I'm not asking you to do their work for them. I'm just asking you not to create a situation where you're preventing them from doing their work. And to me, that is low expectations. That is me putting the bar on the floor. And yet, I live with the fact that every day, other people do not have that lived experience. They don't see it that way. They are unconcerned about how they leave a station. They are unconcerned about how that next person is now going to have to tackle the things that they didn't do before they can even get around to the part of the day where they can actually achieve and hopefully succeed at their job on their own. So you're leaving them work on top of what they are already being paid to do. And they're not being paid extra to pick up the slack that somebody else left for them. They're just being screwed over. And I don't think that's right. Twice in my entire time at my current job, in the last 25 plus years, have I walked up to a station and found it set up correctly. Twice. And the first time it happened, it was because the last person to work that station was me. And the second time it happened, it was because the last person to work that station was my friend Melissa, who also has a solid work ethic and believes in not screwing over other people. It's one of the reasons I like her. And I've had people tell me, it was one of the greatest compliments I ever got, that someone was happy about the fact that when they got to a station that I had worked on, they complimented and said, everything's already set up for me. And I said, thank you. It's nice to see that you noticed. And that's my goal. My goal is to make sure that next person that enters that station, gets to that place where they have to do their job, is not going to have to do extra work because of me. And in the times that it is unavoidable, like something wasn't available, so I couldn't actually do the thing that I would have done if I'd had the thing available, at my disposal, I've apologized to them. I would have said, yeah, I ordered a pallet, but the pallet's not here yet. So I tried to do my job, but I couldn't. That's not here. Or we're low on something. I tried to get extras, but there are no extras. So hopefully you'll have enough to make it through the end of the day. And I tell them ahead of time. I communicate that. I make sure that they are not walking into an information vacuum. So I want to know, which definition of low expectations do you live with? Are you like my friend that says their low expectation definition is they don't expect anyone to know how to do any part of their job ever for the rest of their time that they're employed at that job? Or do you think not screwing over the next person is the rock bottom that I think everyone should expect? I'm interested in hearing this because I'm grappling with those two definitions. Because I gotta be honest, the first one that my friend has would save me a lot of work, but I can't bring myself to do it. So let's talk about low expectations, what our definitions are, and what we do when we encounter folks that don't live up to what we do.